You're tuned in to www.oghuskyradio.com, broadcasting live from the east side of Los Angeles worldwide every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Special guests all the time, man, all the time. We got some awesome people that have been coming through of late, man. And today's no exception, man. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yo, what's up? I write Atomic One from Miami, Florida.
Miami, Florida. What the fuck are you doing in the east side of gang-ridden Los Angeles, bro?
I'm just chilling. I'm fresh off the Asian tour. I was in Thailand and Korea, and we flew out of LAX.
Man, how did that come about? How does, where does the tour start, or how do you even start anything of that nature, bro?
Well, I just buy the ticket and go over there, I fund it myself. I've never been flown to another city or another country to do my work. And up until now, every country and continent I've visited, it's been from my own pocket.
What other places have you visited?
I've been to South America, Central America, Europe, Australia, and a couple islands in the Caribbean.
Dope. And all to promote your art.
Yeah.
That's good, man. What got you into it, man?
Well, just growing up in the 80s, seeing graffiti around my way.
I was asking you off there, and I always ask artists, because you're going to influence a whole generation of kids that are looking up now, that are growing up on the logo and on the name and all that. Atomic.bigcartel.com for those that don't want to, get in contact or do whatever you got to do. But they're growing up seeing you, but I always ask, who did you grow up? Especially, you're on the other side of the coast, dog. You're coming from Miami, so for some crews or something we got to look up, we ain't be knowing about from the 80s or that era.
Yeah, from Miami, there's the Inkheads, there's VO5, there's a lot of crews from Miami from the 80s. I was born in 81, so by the time I grew up to start doing graffiti around the 90s, the OG crews had already pretty much fizzled out. So, the crews that I grew up seeing were Inkheads and Wild Crew, STV, NTA, FHZ, a bunch of different crews, from around my way that I saw.
Definitely. Once again, oghuskyradio.com, atomic.bigcartel.com, Instagram at atomico with the O. Explain the heavy politics and all the all the symbolism that the logo has, man.
The logo, well, it came from the Miami Orange Bowl in Little Havana. It's a inner city ghetto right next to the downtown Miami area. A lot of immigrants, Cubans, and now it's not even Cubans, now there's a lot of everyone in there, but there was a football stadium called the Miami Orange Bowl. The Dolphins used to play there and the Hurricanes used to play there. They demolished it in 2007, 2008, and that's when I started using their logo and putting it with my graffiti, with my letters. And eventually they caught wind of it, sent me a cease and desist, and now I have my own orange, influenced and inspired by their orange, but it doesn't have the crown. Yeah, it doesn't have the crown. It doesn't have anything to do with their orange. So, yeah.
and the reason I was making a joke was that because you're never building, it's not political to you or anything like that. It was just
it's not political at all. But like I said, with that whole thing in Venezuela, there was a lot of crazy stuff going down over there, and they did an interview on me because I painted my orange in the Venezuelan flag, and I was like, I don't really know what's going on over there, but get back to, peace. And I don't know. It happened to be political in that way, but it doesn't have anything to do with politics or religion. It's just graph,
But even with that, isn't that what art is though? Because art's interpretation. So if someone is heavily inspired, like you said, you did the Venezuelan flag, and it meant to, to people it meant so much.
Yeah,
that's just part of the art. So you're saying there isn't a message, or you just make your own message of whatever you're doing, or?
Nah, there's not really a message. I guess the only message with the orange would be that I'm born and raised in Miami, and that's where I come from. So, I could flip it. When I go to Georgia, I do a peach. When I go to New York City, I do an apple. when I come to California, I'll do a raisin or an avocado or I don't know. But I mean, it changes when I go different places, and if I have a silver or a white, I mean, it transcends through colors. It doesn't stay like now. It's beyond Miami. It's beyond the Orange Bowl.
Yeah.
It's my personal logo. I have my letters and my graffiti style. But this day and age, people relate more to characters.
Yeah,
and
we're talking about
I've
that.
gotten a tremendous response from my character, way more than my letters. So I like to say like less is more, and dumb it down. You got to kind of slow it up to really speed it up, and yeah.
Once again, atomic.bigcartel.com, Instagram @atomico. You tuned in to OGHuskyRadio.com, broadcasting live from the east side of Los Angeles. This Saturday, you can catch him at Maintain in Cypress Park at 5 p.m. What do you have? What do you got? What are you gonna have there, man? Any special treats?
Well,
and stuff?
I'm gonna put up some of my posters and newspaper clippings from my travels in Asia, and I got some posters and stuff from here in LA. I got a limited edition run of prints that I did with Slay, and it's 50 prints on light blue paper with navy blue ink on some Dodger shit.
Of course.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm gonna do more of like a collage. It's not gonna be like your typical art show with just like a couple pieces nicely spaced out. Like, I'm gonna really like cram it up and just put like 24 pieces all on one wall. Just
It's dope that you're coming to Northeast Los Angeles to do the art show. I mean, you've been all around the world, and I mean, you're coming in from Miami, but your crew, one of the crews you belong to, is rooted in Northeast Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And break down that whole anyone familiar with history, especially Northeast Los Angeles, will know about SH, about Seeking Heaven, the crew. But how did that get to you in Miami, or did you come out to Northeast Los Angeles just for that sole purpose, or?
No, well, first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to Acme One from SH and LOD crew. He lived in Miami for like 5 or 6 years, and while he was out there, he saw what I was doing and my campaign, and he wanted to recruit some heads from Miami to get down with SH, but it didn't happen until he moved back to Los Angeles, and that was pretty much it. I owe a lot of my connects out here to Acme,
Word.
Definitely.
Like I said, you catch him at Maintain this Saturday, 50 prints. Maintain in Northeast Los Angeles. He's from SH. What other crews, though, too?
Well, I'm from MSG, Miami Style Graffiti. I'm from 28 Crew, which means Vandalism in Progress. Out here is 594?
594.
Yeah, well, in Miami, it's a 28. And, I represent also TSC and Buck 50. Those are some other local crews to South Florida. Top Skills Crew and B5E. And, yeah, basically, that's what I represent, I mean.
So you'll be in LA for a couple more weeks, couple days?
Couple days. I leave on Tuesday. Yeah.
One of the questions I asked you off the air too, man, is hip hop music and hip hop graffiti, or graffiti and hip hop, is it the same thing still? Like, especially growing up in the 80s, 90s, where it was all one. Is it still one, or?
No, it's not. Like I said before, hip hop and graffiti, they, I guess, came to the general public through hip hop, but they have nothing to do with each other. I mean, I got into it because of breakdancing, and right across the street from where I grew up, there was a roller skating rink called Hot Wheels, so everyone would go there and b-boy and gangbang and fucking paint all over the neighborhood. So I saw all of that going down, and it influenced me to start writing. But if you talk to some of the like pioneers of writing, they were listening to heavy metal and to psychedelic type of music and stuff. So it's not necessarily a hip hop thing. And today you got street art and graffiti, and people that have never breakdance or listened to hip hop, DJ or rhyme or nothing like that, they are doing graffiti and they are doing street art, and it has nothing to do with hip hop. So yeah, they're not one and the same anymore.
www.oghuskyradio.com, atomic.bigcartel.com, Instagram at Atomical, Miami, Dade County area, right?
Yeah.
You already know. The only last question I have to ask is your favorite Two Live Crew song, man.
Is Pop That Coochie.
Because that's like being from Compton and not knowing Compton's most, and not having a Compton's most wanted track, or knowing who an MC8 is. So I had to ask you, bro.
Yeah, for sure, dude. I mean, like I said, I was born in '81, and I didn't really start listening to Two Live Crew until Pop That Coochie. Like I didn't have any of their tapes or anything. My older brother, rest in peace, was more into like rock and roll and shit like that, heavy metal. So I didn't really have much rap growing up. So yeah, I heard Pop That Coochie, but there was a lot of other hits that they had,
Oh, definitely.
But, yeah.
Oh, just one more thing too. You've been out in LA for a couple of days. Who you seen in LA? Who's caught your eye out here?
Oh well.
Yeah.
I gotta give it to Sot. Sot's killing it right now.
Definitely.
He's killing the billboards. I seen him off the blue line. I seen him in the streets. I mean, Sauter right now is really putting it down, and I just gotta give a major shout out to Sot One.
There it is. OGHuskyRadio.com. Stay posted. More interviews to come.
Yo.
Atomic.bigcartel.com. Instagram at Atomico. OG Husky Radio.